lockout looming. Budget cuts, he wasn't sure if Brian would be allowed to have 4 coaches on the staff, so full-time. So he goes, did you think about the Binghamton job? And I said, well, I kind of thought about it, but so actually Paul helped promote me to go in and talk to Tim. I went in and talked to Tim about it, and Brian was away, and Tim was very surprised. He goes, you would be interested in that job? I said, yeah, I think so. I talked about it with Stephanie a little bit, but then
I think you called and said, guess what, we're moving.
Yeah, no, I think it ended up where that was all we discussed about it. It could be a possibility. That would be neat because Morgan had already signed, she had already signed on with Cornell. So we thought if we could keep the same role another year and we had a little bit of flexibility where we could go see Morgan.
Right.
You know, it's a big transition for us, you know, Morgan going to college. Yeah. So we thought it would be great. But then when Paul kind of said, well, I don't know what's going to happen next year with the coaching staff, that kind of intrigued me a little more. How it went was Tim was very interested and happy to know that I was interested, and Brian was away, so okay, let me talk to Brian when he's back from Florida. That was about a week later, and we were out for lunch, and I got a call and said, can you come in to talk to myself, Tim, and Brian? And so I went in, and I think I called Steph on the way home and said, I got the job. We're going to Binghamton. And it was a little quiet for a second. She's like, what? So that's how it kind of came about, and that's we didn't put a lot of thought into because it kind of came up quick. Okay. But when it just kind of seemed to fall into place because it's an hour from Ithaca. Yeah. It's an hour from Cornell and to see Morgan, and we thought that 4 hours was great. An hour is even better.
The family of the Sens made a big difference. I don't know had it have been another team. Like, we feel so embraced that already. Yeah. You know, the scouts and Brian and Timmy come on Sunday, and they really are like family. And then Rob, one of our scouts, is going to even stay with us.
And Rob.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's, and you know, they've been him and his wife has been a childhood friend of mine. From my family's from Shawville and she's from Shawville. So it's really, really nice. It really helps with that transition of not being in Ottawa. And we hear that we're going to have lots of company.
That's what, yeah.
Right? Especially with, unfortunately, the lockout, but all of our hockey friends want to come and see the games.
For me, right now, the lockout couldn't have been at a better time. I think I don't, you know, I don't ever want to see a lockout again. I've been through too many work stoppages, a strike and 2 lockouts. I don't want to see another one, but right now for me, I don't have that same type of disappointment as the players coming down. So, you know, I mean, I've got a fresh group of minds to work with here. So they're here, and this is their first training camp. They're not going through a rookie camp. They're not going through the main camp. Then being the last cut of being disappointed, sent down. I've got some fresh minds that are just want to get out there and play hockey. They're done with training. It's been too long. So I know down here we already talked to someone that helped Cody do some things. It wasn't a DISD event, but they created their own. It was, you know, it was youth mental health, but it was just something different. It was right, you know, right away when after you know, Darren passed on. So now I think, you know what I mean. You know, Stephanie's going to still be back and forth and involved in a lot of stuff in Ottawa that, you know, maybe there will be a night here that we do like we do the one in February in Ottawa. We're not sure, we haven't gone that far yet, but it would be great. And see, the community seems to be very supportive of that anytime that I've been here and that we've been here. So
the end goal for every coach, NHL, is that any? I mean, it's got to be somewhere in the back there, right?
Oh, I think everybody would love the chance. I think, but right now I'm in really no rush. I'm here. I'm on a 2-year contract, but you know, and if it goes longer, that's great. You know what I mean? We're close to our daughter Morgan, and if they want me to be here longer than 2 years, that means I'm doing something right in their eyes. And I think coaching at this level, you have to have a real nice balance of developing players the proper way and creating a winning environment, and that's good for the players, but it's also good for the community that are giving us this opportunity to play.